Right folks, in today's video we're going to be changing the wheels on the RS3. As you know, currently it's stage 2, but it looks very standard, so yeah, I thought I'd spice it up a bit. And in addition to that, we also are going to be fitting a set of MSS springs. For that, we're going to be heading down to Volvo Automotive in Luton. But yeah, enjoy this nice and easy video, let me know what you think, and yeah, let's make a start. Right, so here we are, got them all mounted up, got the tyres on as well. So these are new speed RSE 10s. I've gone for an 18-inch rim. There's very few 18-inch rims that actually fit on the RS3 and clear the brake caliper, but these are pretty much the go-to on the whole kind of RS3 forum and whatnot. Now you also may notice that the tyres are quite chunky as well. I've gone for 265 35 18s all round. The standard setup is 255 30 19 and a 235 35 19 at the back, so it's a staggered fitment. Get one of these out here, show you in a bit more detail. Now I actually bought these things directly from America because I wanted this particular size. There are some UK importers, but the sizes they had was like 18 by 8.5 plus ET45, but I wanted by 9 with a 40 offset. Now this is a Bridgestone Potenza Sport, so it's like a Pilot Sport 4S and Goodyear Eagle F1 Super Sport equivalent, but you can't get those two sets of tyres in this size in the UK. Now there's one of the reasons for going for these. I had a bit of experience with them in the last couple of weeks. The new RS3 8Y, both cars that I drove had these from factory and they did a great job, so yeah, I'm sure it'll work fine on that. We'll find out anyway, it's going to be a huge difference. We'll get the front of the car jacked up now and make a start. Alright, don't worry, I've already loosened the wheel bolts with this thing. A bit of wear on the inner edge over here, typical RS3 thing. And yes, this is the one with the bulge on it. I was correct, is this side. Look at the state of that. There's two here. So this happened, I believe, last week, so I haven't really been driving the car since then. Also bought one of these little handy tools as well. Obviously, European cars don't tend to have studs, so you can just put one of these in there and it helps you line up the wheel when you're putting it back on. There we go. Now my other one, I did have the weights placed on the inner of the barrel. Now this one we've put them on the outside. I think we might just about get away with that because that part there is where it sticks out, but that's a bit further back. The weight's there. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've given these little speaker rings, they're plastic ones unfortunately. I'm probably going to pick up some metal ones off eBay. But yeah, they'll do for now. The standard OEM wheel bolts are fine with the new speeds as well, as far as I know. You don't have to get like a cone seat or anything. And these are in pretty good nick because the car's obviously only 3-4 years old. Now, I don't know about you folks, but that looks way better to me than that does. It's got a lot more of a purposeful stance with this. 265s are pretty chunky and this 40 offset is pretty much perfectly in line. My whole kind of goal with this car was to give it like a club sport theme. Think of like my Mark 7 GTI build as a bit of an inspiration. So I want RS3 to go with that kind of look rather than the rally and very bright look I had with my old Sportback. This should be a polar opposite. I'll show you now how the clearance is like with the wheel turned. So yeah, that's the tolerance we're playing with. But yeah, it doesn't touch, so all good. Now as you can see, there's going to be no issue getting an 18-inch rim on the back here. This is where Audi did cut corners on the RS3 in my opinion. These look identical to the brakes on the back of a GTI Performance or Golf R. It even goes as far as when you order ceramic brakes on an RS3 8V2, you still got these normal rears. So yeah, a bit of an omission, but let's get the new wheel on. Just clean this up a bit because it looks quite crusty, to be honest. Crazy how much even these new cars are starting to look like Mark 5s. Get it lined up. There we have it, one side done. I just moved the car forward so the suspension would sort of like go back into its normal position, otherwise it looked like the wheel was pointing out the top. But yeah, very pleased with that. Obviously we have got a bit of an arch gap which we'll hopefully sort out later in the video, but I'm gonna have to be careful because I don't want it to start rubbing. I might have to remove this little piece of plastic like I did on my old car as well. But yeah, luckily with the rear wheel I don't have to worry about it turning and catching anything. Also I have one of the little finishing touch to put on. Yeah, spot on. Right, so now that this side's done, I'll get these all torqued up, get the other side done as well. Then I'll show you the car in its complete state. And yeah, we'll go from there. One other quick thing, whilst I was taking the front left off, I thought I'd show you like a width comparison. 255 30 19 Pirelli, 265 35 18 Bridgestone. Yeah, safe to say we're going to have a lot more grip. Outer edge is pretty much gone. We've still got a bit of tread in the middle, but right people, so it's the next day. I'm back at Evolve Automotive. You might remember we came here a few weeks ago to fit the Venturi intake. Now, as promised, we are going to be doing the MSS springs today. There's obviously plenty of other fancy stuff in the background, but I thought I'd show you the ride height clearly in this good lighting. Now, I haven't got any camber plates or anything with me today, so it's just going to be the pure spring drop. Thought you were going to have it in one go, Hash. Never. Right, so wheels off. I've done a bit of mileage on these so far to drive up to here and around. Definitely do feel a lot more refined because obviously we've got more profile, be it an 18-inch wheel, but it's not as darty, I'd say, as like a Pilot Sport 4S on a 19-inch rim. Right, so we've got the MSS kit out the box. As you can see, it's a set of adjustable springs. This is the Sport variant, which I had on the old Sportback as well. Now, I believe they have discontinued the track version as far as I know. I've been told this lowers the car up to 30mm depending on your preference. We're going to see what we go for with this. It's definitely not going to be anywhere near the lowest because you can go quite low with the MSS kit. Right, so all the MSS springs have been fitted up, front and rear. In terms of ride height, Ash, what have we gone for then?
So on the front, we've lowered it by 20mm.
Okay.
So obviously you've got the square setup and the tyres. We don't want to have any rubbing issues. Still got 10mm of adjustment on the front.
Okay.
On the rears, we've gone down 15mm.
Okay.
Because we have to have a 5mm rake on these.
Okay.
Otherwise it ruins the ride height. So still got 15mm of adjustment on the rear. 10mm on the front. We'll put the wheels on, lower it down, see how you get on.
Okay. See how it sits. What are we saying then, Hash?
That's good, man.
That looks perfect, that does. Yeah, we've still got some space there. I think that's pretty much where we want to be because that'll account for a bit of settling. Yeah, that looks chunky, that. Look at that. See, this is where getting the wheel and the correct offset actually matters because now I don't even need to run a spacer or anything. It just looks fine. Yeah, so do lock to lock. I think we're all good. The fronts remain the same. I just thought I'd allow for any weird changes in suspension geometry by lowering it, but that's exactly as before. Yeah, look at that. Right, I'll let you do your road test and let me know if it rubs.
Yeah, man, no worries.
So does it rub?
Over quite big bumps it does.
Okay, where from?
On the rear.
On the rear, okay. Do you reckon it's this little tab probably that's causing the issue, or?
We can have a look. I'll put it in the workshop, we'll see where it's rubbed and then
yeah. Sound. Be rude not to get some more sound clips. Right, so there we have it. Car's all done, looking much better now that it's lowered. Yeah, I've also given it a bit of a clean so it looks a bit more presentable. These tyres were very dirty when they arrived, so yeah, a bit of tyre gel goes a long way. I have removed the little piece of plastic that's normally there on the standard car. I had a feeling it was rubbing on that, but then I've noticed now there's a bit of rubber gathering here on the top of the arch, so I am going to have to raise the ride height at some point. But yeah, I think this is a good place to end today's video. I am going to be heading down to Santa Pod in the next one, and we'll try and aim for a 10-second quarter mile. We'll see what these tyres are like for launching and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'll see you in a few days' time.